There is no such thing as an age barrier when it comes to Tom Brady, the New England Patriots quarterback whose greatness gets better by the year.
To beat this team and to get down 28-3, and it was just a lot of mental toughness by our team, and we're all going to remember this for the rest of our life.
Many considered Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time before Super Bowl 51. Those who hadn't embraced that concept certainly did after watching the New England Patriots superstar engineer the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. Midway through the third quarter against the Atlanta Falcons, Brady's team was cooked. Its defense was under siege, and the offense was misfiring. With 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the scoreboard read 28-3 Atlanta's way. From that moment, Brady put together the most extraordinary 30 minutes ever seen in NFL football. The Patriots quarterback made 26 of 33 passes for 284 yards, including 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. After a James White 1-yard running touchdown with a minute remaining made the score 28-26, Brady found wide receiver Danny Amendola for a 2-point conversion to level the scores. In the first overtime period in Super Bowl history, Brady led his team up the field before pitching it to White, who ran it in from the 2-yard line to win the game.
They're all special, and 2 years ago it came down to Malcolm making it play, and this year down 25 points. I mean, it's hard to imagine us winning, but it took a lot of great plays, and that's why you play to the end. It's a 60-minute game, and halftime I'd say we weren't down at all. I mean, we were disappointed in the way we played and knew that we could go out and do a lot better in the second half. So the one positive was we had the ball for 20 minutes, and that was a great part in the first half. And I think, as the game goes on, that gets tough on the defense in these Super Bowls. Everyone's expended a lot of energy, and, when we got it rolling there in the second half, it was tough to, slow us down.
The victory was Brady's 5th Super Bowl, and only one other player, Charles Haley, has won 5 rings. He was also awarded his 4th Super Bowl MVP. Previously, he'd won the NFL MVP twice and was also a 12-time Pro Bowl selection. Along the way, Brady made a mess of the record books, including achieving the most wins by any quarterback in NFL history. And he did it all at the age of 39. Which changes the conversation from greatest quarterback to greatest player of all time, regardless of position.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Me, in my opinion, I feel like Peyton Manning, that is my personal favorite, quarterback. But Tom Brady is definitely the GOAT. He's had to overcome so many trials and tribulations and so much adversity, and he's still able to continue to play at an elite level. So, he's the GOAT. Him and Peyton, they're the GOATs. They're the best to ever do it.
Not bad for a kid who was drafted in the 6th round, the 199th pick in the 2000 NFL Draft. Still to come on the Immortals, how a skinny, slow college quarterback from Michigan became the greatest ever. Tom Brady was a big San Francisco 49ers fan as a kid, growing up in California with his idol, the great quarterback Joe Montana. He had dreams of the big time, but spent his first 2 years at the University of Michigan as the backup quarterback. Even though he put up some impressive numbers when he took over as the starter, NFL scouts weren't falling over themselves to get him, with the consensus being that the skinny 193-centimeter Brady didn't have a great arm and was a bit slow. And that's why 6 other quarterbacks were drafted ahead of him, a fact that haunts every rival team official who was in that draft room back in 2000. We didn't open up his chest and look at his heart. I don't think anybody did. Brady didn't get his first start for the Patriots until the 3rd game of his 2nd season in 2001, when Drew Bledsoe was injured. Just over 4 months later, the New England Patriots were Super Bowl champions, and Brady was the MVP. He'd completed 16 of 27 passes for 145 yards and a touchdown against the St. Louis Rams, including a last-minute drive to set up the match-winning field goal. A dynasty and legend were officially born. Two years later, he was back in the Super Bowl again, this time producing a record number of completions, 32. He threw 3 touchdowns en route to the MVP again. Brady made it 3 championships in 4 years the following season, taking down the Philadelphia Eagles 24-21. In 2007, the Patriots went undefeated in the regular season, with Brady breaking Peyton Manning's record for touchdowns in a season, throwing his 50th in the final game. But the ultimate perfect season didn't eventuate, with the New York Giants inflicting a shock defeat in the Super Bowl. A knee injury ruined Brady's 2008 season, but he was back winning the MVP of the league for a 2nd time in 2010, before the Giants again upset his Patriots in Super Bowl 46. By this stage, Brady was almost 35, but the fanatical way he looked after his body, combined with the sheer consistency of his brilliance and calmness under extreme pressure, is what continually kept him ahead of the pack.
Don't crack under pressure means a lot of things. It means certainly on the field, you know, there's a lot of pressurized moments. There's a lot of moments where you've got to make the critical play. You've got to do the right thing at the right time. And I've had a lot of experience over the course of my life on and off the field where, you know, those experiences are the most challenging, shape who you are, and they shape what you're all about. And the people around you know that they can count on you and they believe in you. And I think that's what I've always wanted to be to my teammates. Someone that when they look in my eyes at the critical moments, they know that they can believe in me and they know that I can get the job done.
He was never under more pressure than in the lead up to the 2015 Super Bowl because of what became known as Deflategate. Brady and the Patriots were accused of deflating the balls used in the AFC Championship game against the Indianapolis Colts, which was played at their home ground of Foxborough. The scandal dominated the lead up to the Super Bowl showdown against Seattle.
You know, I didn't alter the ball in any way. I have a process that I go through before every game where I go in and I pick the balls that I want to, the footballs that I want to use for the game. Our equipment guys do a great job of breaking the balls in. You know, they have the process that they go through. When I pick those footballs out, at that point, you know, to me, they're perfect. I don't want anyone touching the balls after that. I don't want anyone rubbing them, you know, putting in the air in them, taking the air out. To me, those balls are perfect, and that's what I expect when I show up on the field. So, you know, that happened obviously on Sunday night. It was the same process that I always go through. I didn't think anything of it. You know, obviously I woke up Monday morning and answered a question on the radio about it. And that was, you know, the first I really heard it.
So how did Brady handle it? He brought the Patriots back from 10 points down in the 4th quarter to grab an extraordinary victory, which was decided by an interception by cornerback Malcolm Butler on the final play, and won another Super Bowl MVP in the process.
Tom, like many other players on our team, is the guy that fights to the end and competes to the end, and there's no player that I respect more for that than Tom, and so that's been a great pillar of strength for our football team over the last decade and a half.
The Deflategate scandal lingered, with Brady originally being suspended for 4 games, which was then overturned on appeal to the District Court of New York. But the NFL then appealed that decision and won, with Brady eventually serving his 4-game suspension at the start of the 2016 season. And how did he handle that? He won another Super Bowl and another MVP award. That shouldn't have come as a shock, given Brady's history. Every time he's found himself engulfed in adversity, he's emerged stronger, tougher, and more determined to show he's more than people expected.
He's had a tremendous career, and he's had a great year this year. So, look, I think Tom's record and his performance speaks for itself. I've talked about it many times. I mean, it's a lot of superlatives. He deserves all of them.
If Tom Brady wasn't a big enough deal himself, his marriage to Brazilian supermodel Gisele Bündchen took his fame way off the charts. The ultimate power couple started dating in 2006, were married in February 2009, and have 2 children. Their net worth is estimated at a staggering $540 million. In 2016, Brady was named by Forbes magazine as being the 15th highest paid athlete in the world. But his wife dwarfs him in the total wealth stakes. She contributes 2/3 of the couple's fortune. Given for the past 14 years, she's been the highest paid model in the world. They're treated like royalty in New York, where they reside, the ultimate A-list couple, who have many influential friends, including the new president of the United States. During the US election, Brady had to defend his relationship with Donald Trump.
He's been to a lot of games over the years and, been in our locker room a lot, certainly at some of our bigger games. That was long before, he was ever a politician too. So I talked to my wife, she said I can't talk about politics anymore. So I think that's a good decision made for our family.